guys. Like, I can't believe the difference from when we opened in Canada to this Super Saturday. Thank you guys so much for being here. So my journey with Beachbody begins 8 years ago after my third baby was born. I just been to my doctor and said, hey, dude, like, I just keep getting fatter. I need some help here. And I have hypothyroid and I'm insulin resistant. And he told me, he said, you know what, like, we had a hard time diagnosing you because you're overweight but you're not obese. So you're just genetically predisposed to being overweight, you know? And I left, and after my initial like period of devastation, I was pissed. Like, I was angry. Like, who are you to tell me that my body is broken and that I can't, right? So I went home, and to solve my life's problems, I turned to the internet, like, you know, as you do. And I started looking into, like, what can I do here? And I found teambeachbody.com, and this was before Facebook was, like, a thing, right? I didn't even know it existed at the time. So I went to the Beachbody message boards when it was weird to have online friends still, you know? And I found some online friends on teambeachbody.com. I found this little group of people that was going to start Slim in 6. And I was super poor at the time, so I couldn't buy the program, so I borrowed it. I actually stole it from my sister-in-law. And started the program the following week with this little group of people. And this was like before Beachbody challenge groups. We were like a little challenge group, pre-challenge group age. And we just supported each other through this program that most of us actually really hated. And every single day, like 6 days a week, for 6 weeks, we did this program. We hurt and we wanted to like kill Debbie by the end of each workout. But we kept each other accountable and we kept going. And to my like surprise, by the end of 6 weeks, I'd lost 14 pounds. And I was like, holy crap, this at-home fitness thing is legit. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I kind of tapped into a little like hormonal magical miracle. I was doing resistance training, whereas before all I'd ever done was cardio. And so my body really started to change. And I thought, okay, like if I've done this program and I did well with this program, like what's next? What else does Beachbody have to offer? And on the message boards, I saw people talking about all different kinds of programs. So I tried Turbo Kick, which is like a party. It is so fun. I did Turbo Kick, I did Chalene Extreme, and I just totally fell in love with weightlifting. Like I felt so like cool and badass. And then I went on to do P90X, and I just got something so much more than what I bargained for. I wanted to lose some body fat. You know, I was scared of getting diabetes because I have a pre-diabetic condition, so I was scared. Like I was too young to be worried about that kind of stuff, right? So that's what I wanted. I wanted health, I wanted fitness, and I developed this like passion for fitness, and anybody who knows me now, like all my friends, they know that my hobby is fitness. And so I also gained this confidence, and I figured like if I can do that, like my doctor told me I couldn't, and I did. If I can do that, what else can I do? So at the time, I'll go back a little bit to my Slim in 6 days. I was broke. When I say I was broke, we were broke. I had a new baby. We were living in a little farm town in Ontario at the time. And I remember laying awake at night in my bed and thinking, what is gonna happen when the credit card is maxed out? Like, what is gonna happen? And we had this baby, and like, I was at a loss. And so the one day, completely on a whim, somebody told my husband that he was gonna go apply for the Calgary Police Service because they're recruiting in Ontario. And Chris is like, okay, I'll come. And anybody who knows Chris knows that like if he were like stranded on a desert island, he'd be the cop on the island. So he was clearly offered the position, and I just said, you know what, let's do the crazy thing. Let's be crazy. We got married at 18. We already got that going. So let's continue that theme. And we decided to move across the country to Calgary, where we knew like absolutely nobody. We knew 0 people here. And that foundation that I got from starting my fitness journey and having success and continuing, it just gave me the confidence to push for it and be like, hey, like, let's do this. My husband was the one who was like, I don't know. And I just said, hey, like, we've got this opportunity here. Let's take it. Let's go. And we did. And we traded one paycheck to paycheck for another paycheck to paycheck, recruit training dudes. They don't make a lot of money, and ladies, but with a higher cost of living in Calgary. So I decided, you know what, like, I can do stuff. Like, I can accomplish a goal. If I put my mind to something, I think I can do it. So I started to apply for a lot of jobs that I wasn't qualified for. And I just kept going and kept going. And then finally somehow tricked this amazing Canadian company into hiring me. And seriously, I started this job and it was as if I saw the corporate ladder appear before me, like, ah! And I just decided, like, you know what, this is the great, like, North American dream. If I can climb that thing, we're gonna be okay. I can provide for my kids, we can provide the future that they deserve. If they wanna go to college, then we can provide that for them. Like, that's what we wanted, right? And so I started working, and I worked hard, and I did a good job, and I got promoted, and then I went back to work early after my second baby was born for a promotion. And somewhere along the way, I realized I have lost my way. I started this for my family, and I don't spend any time with them. My 2-year-old has an accent that does not resemble mine, or my husband's. And I just realized, like, I'm working 50 to 60 hours a week. I'm doing client events evenings and weekends. I get home and I do dinner, bath, bed, and then open my laptop and get back to work. I don't have time for my kids, much less my workouts. And I felt stuck, just stuck. Because I'm making 6 figures, and if I go down to work like part-time somewhere, then I'll basically be working to pay for daycare, and like I'm running through all these scenarios, and I'm like, I am stuck. And so I'm about to deliver my 3rd baby, like crisis going on in my heart as I'm going to work every day. And this girl, who I kept in touch with via Facebook, that was in that first Slim in 6 group that I did, reached out to me, and she's like, hey, Beachbody Coaching is coming to Canada. And I was like, okay, like, this is it. The timing, it can't be coincidental. This is a God thing. And so I'm gonna cry again before I even get to the good part. And so I decided to jump in. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna jump in with both feet, and I'm gonna give it 100%. I've got a maternity leave coming up. I was seriously in early labor when I was texting with her. And I'm like, if I'm pushing a baby out, when registration opens, then Chris will go and he will register me. And because the thing is, I had seen her go from super broke and in-debt professor to professor / Beachbody coach doing okay, to full-time Beachbody coach. She'd left her life in academia because she found her passion, and she was doing okay as a coach in terms of income. So I'd seen her success story, and I figured, you know what, if she can do it, then why not me, right? So I jumped in with both feet. 9 months later, I tendered my resignation, and the company was great. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I knew that I had a different path in life, and I wanted to be able to design my life. I wanted the time with my kids that I didn't get. With my 2-year-old, I swear I had more snuggle time with him than I've had with my first 2 kids combined at that age. I get to be there for that. If that means I gotta wake up at 5 in the morning and work till 7 so that I can be a mom, you know, when the kids wake up, cool, I'm in. I can do that. I'm not afraid of hard work. But I get to do both. So at this point in my life, I'm 2.5 years into coaching. I've more than replaced my corporate salary. I get to volunteer at my kids' school. I get to drop them off at school every day. I get to pick them up from school every day. And I get to have that part of my identity as a successful businesswoman. I like that. I like having that as well. I don't have to choose between time with my kids and providing well for my kids. And So I'm just at this point grateful, just so grateful to Beachbody that there is this opportunity, that the coaching opportunity is as legit as their workout programs are. It really is. And believe me, I hesitated. Like when I started coaching, my corporate community was like, you are insane. Like categorically, this is crazy. And I was like, I know. Like I know. But it's working out for me now, right? So again, like I'm just super grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful that I have the ability to design my life. I didn't think it was real. You know, before this, I didn't think you could have the best of both worlds. And thank you, Carl Deichler, for opening up the coaching side of the business instead of just keeping the infomercial side of the business. And if I can do it, guys, I'm not a special snowflake. I don't have anything that you don't have. So if you want something more in your life, if you feel like you're missing something, if you are either that stay-at-home mom who really wants to provide something more for her family, or if you're that corporate mom who is working too hard, I mean, this takes time investment, but I love what I do. Like I've never loved a career as much as I love this. It's possible for you just as much as it was possible for me. Thank you guys.